Story number 8. You're dead. Corruption documentation and monitoring project that we established early 2003 was gaining momentum later that year. This project was publishing the key stories of the citizens in cooperation with Večernji List under the title Stop Corruption. The reports of the citizens started coming through different sources of communications to us on a daily basis. These reports would vary from simple bribery acts in the educational system to complex stories of interrelation between the politics, shady businesses, organized crime, intelligence agencies, NGOs and media. One of those cases that at the beginning looked like simple bribery case in one of the homes for elderly people in the city of Zagreb triggered response of the state society beyond any of our expectations. In April 2003, we published a report on the case of Ronaldo Z, a person who was fired from one of the homes for elderly people for his attempt to facilitate the accommodation, contracting home for elderly in exchange for the property of that elderly person. The story revealed that the homes for elderly where this scheme was taking place were all owned by the city of Zagreb, and that such contracts between the employees of the homes for the elderly and the beneficiaries and users of the service were common practice. The horrifying fact in this scheme was that many elderly people that had significant value in the property were cheated in this scheme, and that their property was taken over, and that in some cases their death would be speeded up by the employees of the homes for elderly. When we started the investigation, the documents revealed that all of the heads of the homes, 11 homes for elderly people in Zagreb, were appointed by a single person, former Deputy Minister of Social Care, and at that point, manager of one of those homes, Ivan Šimunović. Prior to his public service career, Šimunović was the Catholic priest, and he was involved in collecting the financial aid in Western Europe during the Homeland War. However, he was discharged from the priesthood and married a nun. Later on, he was fired from the position of the Deputy Minister of Social Care due to his inappropriate behavior against one of the employees in the ministry, female employees, which was a daughter of the high-level official of HDZ. As soon as we put together the map of the people involved and organized scheme of taking over the property of the elderly people in homes for elderly in the city of Zagreb, and sent the first reports to the criminal justice system, on the door of my apartment I found paper with a clear message: do you worry about your health? In days that followed, frequently different people that I communicated with would start advising me that I don't understand the case and that I should give up. My biggest concern at the time was how all of those people knew what was the substance of the case. Finally, a few weeks later, after the first report was submitted to the criminal justice system, one former Croatian intelligence officer asked for the meeting with me through the person that I knew well at the time. During this meeting, the message that was passed to me was pretty clear. He said, they, without explaining who they are very powerful. And the boss, without explaining who he is, sent me to tell you that you should stop. And I'm telling you this in your best interest. Or you're dead. Giving me hints that they are a group of businessmen, criminals, and state officials, and City of Zagreb officials that have benefited from this scheme. He concluded the conversation, and I went back to my office. At that point, I had to make my choices. I went back to my office, and I put all important information, not the documents, just the reports on criminal activities of these people, on a diskette. And I called the only journalist at the time that I trusted, which was Dana Dedic from Croatian National TV. Gave him this diskette and said that if anything happens to me, the people responsible for that act are on the diskette. I had no other choice but to continue working on this case and publishing, as for me, it was moral imperative. However, gloomy times were ahead of me at that particular moment. As some of you already know, we are in this last effort to change the way we think and act against corruption. And here is what I want you to do. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. And every day, take 10 minutes of your life. Watch the video, share it, and ask your friends to share it further. If we succeed in this, they cannot stop it. Finally, participate. For each video, I want you to become a juror and adjudicate and give your opinion on what you believe is the truth and what you believe is right and wrong done by different actors. If you want to save others in this fight, donate to the account on the screen under the title Save the Fight. That's all what I want from you. Everything else will be done by me and only me. Thank you very much.